Husband and
Right
wife.
for you during the spring?
Yeah, it's just good to, now the winter's sort of on its way out, Bruce, and the good horses are coming back in the good racing, and we started off well yesterday.
OK, and you've got Durbridge. We'll talk to you about him a bit later, and we'll have a look at his run in Adelaide. First up, Keith, Joanne's performance in the Premier Stakes. She's been beaten favourite here in a number of big races, but in Sydney she's a mighty hard horse to beat, isn't she?
Yes, she's been to Rosehill 7 times for 7 wins. She was 7-2 on yesterday, never in doubt, Bruce. And Dr. Grace chased her home, and he's got a spring ahead of him too. He's really performing well at sprint distances, which aren't his caper.
Yes, he's starting to look like a contestant for Durbridge and Shaftesbury Avenue and those other horses in the Cox Plate. Let's go to Rosehill, long odds on Joanne, and let's have a look at her break the record yesterday.
All Archie as they come through the gap, led by about a length now to Joanne. Mar Hassan third. Dr. Grace is closer than we expected, followed by Ice Cream Sunday. 2.5 then to the Bullfighter on the outside, and Zinders together last as they near the turn. 500 out, All Archie led a length on Joanne, eased outside the heels of the leader now. Mar Hassan flat to the boards third, and Dr. Grace is parked right behind the leaders, turning the corner, followed by Zinders and Ice Cream Sunday. In the straight now, Dittman getting busy on Joanne. She draws level with All Archie as they come to the 200 mark, and soon after Joanne shot to the front. Joanne has drawn clear of All Archie. Dr. Grace is going to get home well in the last bit, but Joanne's too smart, too nippy. She's clear as they get near home, but what a bottler of a run by Dr. Grace to get second. Joanne beat the Doctor about 2.5 lengths with Ice Cream Sunday third.
Greg, you rode Joanne in the Newmarket where Shaftesbury Avenue beat Rodelva. Did she fire a shot that day?
No, she sweated up bad before the race, Bruce, and as us three gentlemen know, mares get a bit finicky, and Alan didn't give her any chance.
So don't put me in the same hat as you and Keith.
Dr. Grace, either the Caulfield Cup again or the Cox Plate. Remember last year, Bruce, as a 3-year-old, he was ridden in the Caulfield Cup by Willie Shoemaker, who on the day he rode him like wee Willie Winky or something, gave him no chance.
He covered a bit of ground, didn't he?
Oh,
he almost went into that new grandstand, didn't he?
Sure,
yeah. Cox Plate, Dr. Grace?
Yes, I think that, you know, just may be beyond him.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He's got some improving to do, but he's going the right way.
Yeah, he won the BMW pretty well. Well, Greg rode Sonic Express yesterday. It run third at his previous start in the Churnside. Let's have a look at the run. It was in the sprint race, and we'll talk to Greg about this horse and maybe, well, dare I say, a Melbourne Cup horse with Keith out of this race as well.
And as they come along past the 600-metre mark now, going fast along the inside, Luskin Show is one of the leaders with Ellie Shan working his way to the picture on the inside. Transvision Vamp is just in behind them, and then Sonic Express as they make the home turn. So Gay Perio, Takasana, Ardale very deep on the track as Eddie's Choice, and they're followed by Clubman looking for a runner. Light Show is the leader coming down towards the 300-metre mark now. In advance of moving up on the outside, Sonic Express is going home very fast down the outside. It's the danger. Sonic Express is ranged up on the outside to take the lead here. From in second place, Luskin Show, So Gay, Perio, Tarkason, and Diamond Zephyr from a long way back, but Sonic Express will be too good at stopping near the line. Diamond Zephyr flying. Sonic Express, though, has won it. Over a length to Diamond Zephyr, third, So Gay, Perio, followed by Eddie's Choice.
Well, he's won 6 out of 13, Greg. He looks a good horse. Manicato next week. He'll be taking on the Silk there, Rodelva, Shaftesbury Avenue.
Yeah, I've got to have a discussion with Barry Bennett on Tuesday night when the weights come out, and, you know, he's a pretty good horse, this horse, but just not quite sure if he's up to the Sharksburys and all that.
Yeah, he might be a bit off to dodge it. Grooming. He was the Melbourne Cup horse we were talking about. Still a 33-1 chance. How did he look to you in that race?
Well, he looked good in the run itself. He did nothing early and then stormed home, finished midfield. It was really an eye-catching run. Big run.
Leave him on the list?
Leave him on the list.
Oh, good on you, Keith. Trying to scrub a few off at this stage. Let's go to Isles' win over Crackenback. He gets up on the outside. There are a couple of other Melbourne Cup aspirants or Cup horses, Rashik and Narizzi. Narizzi second in the Caulfield Cup with Greg Hall. Greg rode him yesterday. Let's go and have a look at a thrilling finish, and we'll ask Greg about Narizzi.
They're making the home turn now. Out for the count, challenged by Foxwise. Mudgee Grey deeper on the track as Crackenback as they straighten up from Rashika. And over on the fence is Isle back behind them. A good long gap to Narizzi. 300 metres left to go. Mudgee Grey takes the lead, but here comes Crackenback on the outside with a very strong run. Looks to be going a bit better than the others. Crackenback has taken the lead past the 200. Isle in hot pursuit down the outside. Mudgee Grey battling on well, but it's Crackenback. Isle is flying down the outside. Isle's the big danger to Crackenback. Isle is level. Isle is going home a bit the better, and it's very tight. Isle on the outside of Crackenback, and Isle of Crackenback, and just in behind the Mudgee Grey, and they were followed by Rashik.
Well, Isle getting up. You made a good point, Greg, looking at that. The Crackenback hanging in went to the worst part of the track and probably cost him the race.
Yeah, no fault of Damien's, but the horse was getting away a bit under pressure, and as you noticed from those races on, Bruce, they were getting way out past the centre, you know,
Yeah,
so it was getting pretty chopped up there.
Now, Caulfield Cup with no Rizzi, you know, looked a good thing beaten that day. Do you think he's going to come up? He's been a fair while off the scene.
Yeah, well, these things are hard to come back, Bruce. You know, obviously he was a very short price favourite for the Melbourne Cup after that, and he went amiss in the McKinnon, and you know, 2 years is a long time, but let's keep our fingers crossed. He's fine, his action and everything. So I mean, we've got a long way to go yet, but there's still plenty of time.
Sure, Keith. And what about Rashik? He was in the betting. Has he finished fourth?
Yes, not suited by the rain-affected track. David Hayes is worried about that and is now considering taking Rashik and some other imported horses to Sydney with the likelihood of more wet winter tracks here, Bruce.
OK, 3-year-olds, some classy ones running yesterday. Chief Headhunter was scratched, but did he do it? Well, he did yesterday. He got up in the last 100 metres and he looks a bit of a chance in the Ascot Vale. Let's have a look at this race.
Noble Answer next along the inside, and they were followed by Excited Angel from Group Decision, Umatilla. Did he do it second last, and out deep in Abassi is last of all as they come up towards the home turner. Noble Lancer on the inside has taken the lead. In fact, the leader's swinging a bit wide as they straighten up, and Noble Lancer being tackled by the filly Excited Angel, which has got through on the inside. Lacer Beam followed by Hula Grey down the outside over the ton. Umatilla, Group Decision, and further back as Did he do it as they come down to the 250. Here's Hula Grey on the outside, going up to hit the front with Noble Lancer, Lacer Beam, and flying home over the ton. Noble Lancer tackled by Hugh Legrand on the outside over the ton, and Did he do it'll beat them all. Did he do it hit the front close to home. Did he do it has won it from the stablemate over the ton. Hugh Legrand third, followed by Noble Lancer, Group Decision.
Well, he was unlucky in the autumn, that horse, involved in a couple of race mishaps. What do you think of him, Keith? Ascot Vale says, I mean, if Terce comes down, he's going to be pretty short, I would imagine. This looks a good horse.
He's a good horse. He's going to be good up to 1,600 metres too, Bruce. He finished, I think, only 5.5 lengths from the Golden Slipper winner, and he had a mishap, a fall in the Blue Diamond. He had a luckless autumn, as you mentioned, but this might be his season. You
got a rap on him? He finished second to you in the size. You rode Not Related, Greg, that day. Do you think this is a good horse?
Yeah, I think he might go beyond a mile, actually, myself. I'm not too sure about him in the Ascot Vale. I think his first up run sort of helped him yesterday, but now I think you'll find he'll get a fair way back and mightn't get home as hard.
OK. You'll be interested in this next run, Durbridge in Adelaide. Now, Greg rode Durbridge to some terrific victories during the autumn. The Alistair Clark at Moonee Valley, where they beat Triscay. They then went to Sydney, took on Surface Paradise and won the Derby there, the Tulloch Stakes along the way. He was running second up in Adelaide yesterday. A good horse wins this in Ivory Way, owned by Sheikh Mohammed. Let's go to the track. Durbridge in the pink. Doesn't really fire, but we'll get Greg's impressions of the run after this.
The 600-metre mark, Shavano Miss does it well. A length in front of Barflyer, a length and a half Word Game, a length away Ivory Way, now getting right up on the rail. It's starting to sneak up on the inside, followed by Miss Deborah, hard at it. Then came Durbridge to the outside. Rockets galore, Mystic Ballet, Scorndale can't get a run, and Comic Ranger. Shavano Miss the leader, Barflyer comes at her. 2 lengths then to Word Game. Here's Ivory Way getting a split now and coming solidly 3 away from the rail, and then Word Game out wider. Shavano Miss grabbed by Barflyer, but Ivory Way is the one. Ivory Way raced up on the outside and swept to the lead, and Ivory Way goes away hands on heels. Super impressive. Second placing tight, Barflyer or Shavano Miss, Rockets galore and Scorndale.
Well, the winner's by Sariva, who was one of the great horses. He ran against Vaguely Noble. He won an English Derby and was second in the Arc. He looks all right. He's 33 to 1 for the Melbourne Cup. I don't know if you'll get the Cup distance, Ivory Way.
He's only got 50.5 kilos in the Caulfield Cup and less in the Melbourne Cup, Bruce. It was a very impressive performance. Maybe that was his race. Durbridge didn't fire yesterday. I think he took a while to warm up last season. Greg would know more.
What do you think, Greg?
Yeah, he does this... well, he's done his last 2 preparations. I took particular notice after winning the Sandown Guineas on him last time and before he won those races you just mentioned, Bruce, and he ran more or less exactly the same, as he's done yesterday. I was quite happy yesterday because you had to be hard on the fence to have any hope, and he was sort of at least 5 and 6 wide, and he sort of kept intact with him. I'm very pleased with him.
When's he coming here, Greg?
He'll be over here next week and getting ready for the Liston Stakes, and I think from that run on, when he has that start, I think you'll find plenty of improvement in this horse, and he's only going to improve a little bit, and I'll give him a Cox Plate chance. Yeah,
well, he's certainly in there with a chance. Have a good spring, Greg.
Thanks,
Hopefully we'll talk to you during the spring after you've ridden one of the big race winners. I'm going to be away for a fortnight at the World Championship. Sandy's sitting in this seat.
Terrible luck.
Yeah, terrible. Try and tip him a winner, will you?
I will.
And listen, look after my Melbourne Cup tips, would you?
OK, I will. Yes. Thanks, Bruce.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with more. A horse racing story after this. Doctor, he may be interested in this story because hand in hand with the race for faster athletes these days is the world of medicine. Whole sciences have evolved around getting the best from sportsmen and women and helping them overcome injuries along the way. Some of the latest breakthroughs in the human field have come from nuclear medicine. Now, Sydney Veterinary Hospital is to become one of the few centres